What is up, guys? Welcome in. My name is Nick and welcome to the channel. You joined me today at Spa. We are not in the touring cars, we are not in the GT. We find ourselves behind the wheel of the Jag D-Type in the LeMans sports car limited run spec series. You joined me just finishing our first flying lap where we do put it on to effectively pole. Ignore the fact it says third there. There's two people with 30 laps in front of us, so we are about 2 seconds clear at pole position. We're doing our third and final flying lap here. We do mess up turn one, unfortunately. Coming up through Radion, we are still about 4 tenths down on our PB. Coming through Lake Coombe, we are still down about just over half a second. We are now coming down into Campus Corner. We're still down, we have managed to gain a little bit. We're just over a tenth behind. Down through Stavelot, we towards Blanchimont, we are now up over 4 tenths of a second, coming down into the braking point for the bus stop chicane. We do put the wheel just onto the grass, and that means we aren't able to slow down, and we do lose, unfortunately, about a second or so. We were also pipped to pole by just under 2 tenths of a just over 2 tenths of a second as well. So we will be starting this from P2. I mean, this is just going to be a good one. Jaguar D-Type, I've just been able to drive fantastically well. It's been a pleasure to drive. I've got a fantastic tuner through on this. As a reminder, this is obviously part 4 in our 5k rating challenge. We are starting at 4326 with our A safety rating after the shenanigan of VIR dropped us down from our S ranking. So starting P2, we have a gaggle of D-Types at the front of the grid. We do get away nice and cleanly here. We are comparably quicker to the D-Type on our right hand side. So we are braking steadily. People behind us getting caught out, I think, by my slightly early brake there. So it's not to be, it's not really all to blame on the guy behind. Did brake a bit early coming into T1 there. We are going to slot into third. We do drop one position to the other D-Type, who also started at the front in P3. Coming through Eau Rouge, we're going to drop down to fourth, into third, coming up through Radion. We get a nice cut over the inside here. We've got a AC Cobra coming up behind us to the right and to the left. These things were a missile in a straight line in this one. They were just absolutely bombing it down, and they do take the D-Type out just for good measure there. A bit of a Newton's cradle effect, unfortunately, on that guy, but yeah, he does unfortunately meet Mr. Barry. Breaking down into Lake Coombe, taking a nice bit of the curb on the inside there, getting 2 wheels up over that. We do seem to be much better through the corner than these AC Cobras. We're going to drive around the outside of the Cobra on the right here, just coming down towards Brussels. We've got, I'm not exactly sure what car that is coming up on my inside here, but we're going to leave him space on the Apex. We're going to slot him right behind him to make sure we don't lose any more spaces to the Cobra or anyone else that's behind us. Braking for No Name, going a bit cautious. They were a bit slower than I was expecting them to be, so we're just going to leave them a bit more space. Now we're coming down into the double left here, braking just before we turn in. Offline a little bit, and again someone else drives in the back of us, but we are spun round this time, unfortunately, so our good start has been undone, dropping from P4 to P10. We have the D-Type that was spun out earlier is coming past us, drops us down to P11 as we come down here towards the right-hander. We're going to brake nice and early. We see an arrow flying in, so we're just going to leave him space on the Apex so he doesn't take us out as well. Almost does as he goes towards the left-hander, but he just gets a little bit out of shape, so we keep it on the inside, giving him space on the outside as well. Braking just again, keep giving him the space on the inside as he is still there. Gives us a little bit of a tap, but nothing major. Some good respectful racing going on in this lobby, to be honest, apart from those Cobras, but it's what it is. We do a nice little switch back there coming through Stavelot. We go through Blanchimont, and by the end of the straight we are right onto the back of the D-Type once again into the bus stop chicane, so we are going to be nice and close here. We've got 2 Cobras coming together again as we come out onto the start finish straight, and by the end of the Camel straight they are right on the back of me here, so leaving, I think thought it was just the one, turned in and there was just a second one there as well, so not much I could really do with that. There's very limited vision in these cars, no mirrors really. Did have a quick look behind me, but could only discern the one spotlight. We've got the 2 AC Cobras coming together again, giving me a free space around the outside here, and coming in to finish the end of lap 2 we are up to P8. Coming up through the top of Radion, we've got a slow moving car on the right, so we're going to miss a gear a little bit and then go around on the left hand side. These things do not not have a lot of aero grip, so it's very slidey there. So dipped a little bit of a wheel into the grass, but managed to avoid any form of major issues with that. And we're going to stick to the back of this D-Type through the course of this lap. We are not really dropping any quarter. We're staying match for match on all of these corners here, just looking to try and catch any little slip, any slide, any bit where he runs wide, much like here as we come down towards Stabilo. He runs a bit wide. We're not able to capitalise on that too much, unfortunately. We let off a little bit to give him space as we go through Stabilo, heading down towards Blanchimont. And as you can see here, have a look up the inside. We do have a bit of overrun on him. Drift just a little bit to the right again. Lack of aero keeping me in line there, so I back out, give him the space. We are offline. That means we run a little bit wide on exit, and we do unfortunately pick up a penalty, 0.6 of a second. Braking a lot later than the guy in front into the bus stop chicane. It must be said, we were making a lot of places up through the braking area here. Not sure what this guy was doing. I think he meant to pit and then forgot about it, which, to be honest, up until this point I forgot that we needed to pit, so I had a quick panic look at my tyres, but we still have plenty of grip at the moment, so not really sure what that guy was panicking about, but we do get a free position for that. We make up to P3 with everyone else pitting on that lap as well, so we're going to be doing a 2-lap quick run on our new sets of tyres on this one. So through the course of this lap, we have made up about 6 seconds on the car in front until he drives straight off into the gravel. Coming down here at the end through the bus stop, we pull in at the end of lap 4 to get a fresh set of tyres. Now, as is tradition almost at this point, as we pull into the pit, so I would ask you a massive favour, if you are enjoying this one, do drop me a like, leave me a comment, and if you do want to see more of this content in the future, do please subscribe. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed of my recent one. It's been a massive influx of people recently, and way up over 280 subscribers at the time I'm recording this one, so it's been a massive boon to me. Thank you very much for that. It is very appreciated. So coming out here on the start of lap 5, we are P6. The guy out in first has not pit, so we do basically maintain position. We didn't really lose anything by going an extra lap compared to the others. We didn't gain anything in it, unfortunately. So we do run a little bit wide through the double left there, and that gives us another 0.8 of a second to just over a second, just under a second and a half total penalty for this one. We are coming through down towards this. We're just focusing on gaining on the people in front here. Down towards the bus stop, we are down within 2 seconds of the guys ahead. They've got a 4.7 second penalty, so it is just going to be keeping close. I do get a bit distracted by watching those two fight, to be honest, and yeah, I'm completely missed my braking zone at the end of the Kemmel straight into Lake Combe, so we run wide there. That does drop us back down a bit. We're looking for about a 3-second gap minimum to make sure we do make up at least 5th. We could sneak a 4th, as both of those guys there do have a multi-second penalty, so we're just going to look to try and get as close as we can here. We're on the final lap. We are coming through Stabilo towards the back straight down towards Blanchimont, and we are within a second as we are in the braking zone for the bus stop. We again drop a little bit onto the grass, but we managed to hold it. We are well within a second coming through the bus stop chicane here to close this one out. So let's see where, with all of these penalties getting sorted, we will see what we finish. We do finish 6th on the road, but that does mean that we end up with 4th with all the penalties divvied out there, and we do see a big improvement on our rating. We're up to 4.389. Unfortunately, still safety rating A, so still got a bit of work to do here. As you can see, we did have a pretty comparable fastest lap. Nothing compared to the guy in first, to be honest, but we are probably where we should have been based on speed. Yeah, I am loving the Jag D-Type. This was a fantastic series. Got another video at least to come out of this one through this week, so stay tuned for that one. If you are enjoying the series, this is where it all first started, and you can find all the videos in the playlist to the right hand side here. But thank you very much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.